What's up, y'all? JC, Southern Outdoors Survival. Now, it's time to do my video on the top 6 lures for late winter, early spring bass fishing. You know, it's getting that time of year. We're starting to get some warmer days. The water's starting to warm up. The fish are starting to pull up out of the deep, getting into the warmer water. Your water temperatures are going to be getting into the 50s, low 60s. Get some set for spawning. And you know, it's also a time when they're really starting to feed heavy to get ready for spawn. So here are my top 6 lures to use. First of all, a good Squarebill. Now I like a little bit bigger size, medium size Squarebill. I like one that runs about 6 to 8 foot deep. Yeah, bluegill color, shad color, and crawdad color are the 3 colors I throw the most. But you want something that has good action, gets down and bumps into stuff, digs into the bottom. That's where you get a lot of your strikes and your reaction is when they're glancing off of things. So a good Squarebill is number 1. Number 2, a good jerkbait. You know, this is the time of year to get out there on the long points, pull them up from where they're sitting down there a little bit deeper, throw them around docks. You know, but I like something that has a lot of flash. Something that they can see, move, and dart. So a good jerkbait. Number 3, Lipless Crankbait. Now this is probably one of the lures I throw the most, and I throw it year round. I've caught a lot of fish on these. I like a chrome color, a gold color, or a shad color. And occasionally I'll throw one that kind of has the crawdad color, but those are my main 3. You can work this deep, you can work it shallow. I throw it into everything. I throw it into cover, I throw it under docks, throw it into rock piles. You know, if it gets hung, I'll get it, but get it in there to them. Out on the long, deep points, or on the flats, or out on the humps. Let it get down there to the bottom and then work it back. Good bait to catch some big fish with. Spinnerbaits, number 4. Of course, we all know about spinner baits. You know, willow leaf, Colorado leaf. The only thing I can add with spinner baits is we know how to do them. Throw them out in the cover, around docks, laydowns, whatever. Add a trailer hook to your spinner bait. It increases your hookup ratio because a lot of times the bass are hitting at the back edge of the spinner bait. The skirt floating back here. They're grabbing back here at the back. Well, there's nothing to hook with. So if you'll add a trailer hook, especially if you run a trailer on it, any kind of, you know, whether it's a small fluke, paddle tail, split tail, you know, anything that gives a little more action, add a trailer hook. You'll increase your hookup tremendously. Jig, number 5. Another one of those baits I throw year round. Have good luck with it. You'll catch bigger fish on a jig than any other bait. Now I like to stay with a football head jig. I like this greenish brown with a little bit of red color to it, and I always throw it with some kind of trailer. Now this is a Strike King River Bug, watermelon color, has that red flake in it, and it kind of mimics the crawdads that they're feeding on now. This is the time of year when they start feeding heavy on crawdads. But a good football head jig, when you let it lay on the bottom, it kind of wobbles with you a little bit, which causes the skirt to flutter, the pinchers to flutter, and it kind of looks like a crawfish laying there in defense mode. Irresistible sometimes to big bass. But again, a jig. And of course, number 6 is your soft plastics. Whether it's a lizard, crawdad, creature bait, finesse worm, you know, all those are in that same category. Now, when it comes to the lizards, they work a little better once you get more into spring. You'll catch a lot of fish on them. I typically stay with a 5-inch lizard. 6-inch is a little big, and a 4-inch is just a little too small when it comes to fishing them. But a good 5-inch, you know, green pumpkin, watermelon, can't go wrong. Carolina rig it, Texas rig it. This is the time of year, late winter, early spring, when I throw a lot of crawdad. Take Texas rig it, peg it with the weight. You know, something that has like a watermelon flake, something that resembles the crawdad color that they're after now. But a good crawdad, especially one that can has good action. You want one that when it's floating, the pinchers are up, waving, because that's a defense mode again for crawdads. And sometimes it's really irresistible to big bass. And of course your finesse worms, your auger tails, whatever, trick worms, whatever you want to call them. But rigging them, whether it's Texas rig, Carolina rig, shaky head them, you can drop shot them, Nico rig them, whatever. But it's a good time to get the bait down to them, and you get a lot of good strikes and a lot of good fish with these. Now those are my top 6 lures I use this time of year. Again, this is late winter, early spring. If you like what you see, please like and share. Of course, check out the website here on Facebook and Instagram. Again, this is JC, Southern Outdoors and Survival. Y'all keep it real.